Quick disclaimer. When we say hoes, we mean it with nothing but love. It's our term of endearment for each other, our group chat, and now, all of you. If you vibe with us, you're one of our hoes. And we mean that in the most affectionate, chaotic, supportive way possible. No offense ever, just full-on friendship energy. So welcome to the Ho Fam.
Okay. All right. So welcome back to Twin Tangents, the podcast where we somehow turn every conversation into either a therapy session or a complete chaos, or into complete chaos.
Let's be honest, though. Almost all the time, both of these happen at the exact same time.
Yeah. Today's episode is a little different. We're talking about grief, y'all. Ugh.
And not just grieving someone who's passed away. Sometimes grief is losing a relationship, a friendship, a version of yourself, or even realizing that life isn't what it used to be.
But everyone has heard the word grief and immediately thinks death. But honestly, I think we grieve a lot more than we actually realize.
We grieve people who are still alive. We grieve friendships that quietly ended. We grieve childhood memories, old routines, and even dreams that never happened.
And fair warning, full disclosure, this episode may get a little emotional. Y'all already know me. I'm a crybaby. So it may come, it may not come. We may all come. It is what it is. Yeah, I just thought I'd put that one out there.
What are we coming to?
Sadness, grief, duh.
Sadness. I don't
That's how
want to come
people-
to sadness.
Sometimes that's how people grieve, by coming.
That's true. It's very heavy.
Oh, yeah?
It's very heavy, like the weight of sadness and grief.
It really is, yeah.
But I don't want any of our listeners or our viewers to worry. We're still going to laugh at ourselves the entire fucking time.
And I didn't mean to just flick everybody off. I was actually scratching my eye. I just happened to use my middle finger, so sorry if I offended some of y'all. But bitch, me, I do that.
You do normally use your middle finger.
I do, yeah. I'm fucking weird. Anyways, but because if there's one thing we're really good at,
it's coping with humor.
Period.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a little hesitant when I saw our discussion topic for this episode.
I know it's a little deep, but
yeah, you've really been pushing for this heavy episode. This is the second week in a row that we've had a.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, but here we are.
Second or third with this topic. Yeah.
Maybe it's for my own grieving.
Yeah.
So, but
are you grieving and you want the rest of us? You want to take the rest of us down with you?
I do.
This bitch, listeners.
Because if I'm going down, all of you bitches going down with me. So, yeah. But our first segment is the goodbyes we never prepare for.
Most people think that grief only starts after someone dies.
But sometimes it starts the moment you realize life is about to change.
The hardest goodbyes aren't always the loud ones.
And sometimes they're the ones you don't even realize are happening until they are already over. All right, Anthony, what are your topics?
So I wanted to talk about the very first funeral that you have ever attended. Do you remember yours?
Yeah. I think I told this in our spooky episodes, but it's the one that I went to my grandpa's funeral and I saw the man standing behind the stairs. I don't know if you remember that one.
Man standing behind the stairs? No.
Yeah. It was a guy. It looked like my grandpa who passed away, but he was standing behind the stairs. And it was my birthday weekend. And then my wallet just disappeared. And then we found it at my grandpa's house.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. That was it. Yeah.
How old were you?
I think it was my golden birthday. Oh, no, I lied. I think I was
I was
like
like,
9.
geez.
8 or 9. Yeah, 8 or 9. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about how old I was for my first funeral too.
Yeah, who was it
I
for
was
you?
I was
I asked that weird, but yeah.
we all knew what you meant.
Yeah.
We're teaching our listeners to speak Nalee.
Yeah, if you guys are season 2, episode 16 deep, y'all should already know how I talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all in the thick of it.
So mine, it was in 97. So I was 10.
Goodness.
It was my older cousin. She was 17 and a senior in high school. That was like the worst. Can you imagine like being a kid going to
Another kid's funeral? That's
another kid's
so
funeral? Yeah. That
holy
was
crap, that's crazy.
fuck.
How did she pass away, if you don't mind me asking?
She passed away in a very horrific car accident.
Mhm.
And I don't know why, but I have like there's certain like bits and pieces. I don't know if I made it up in my head, but if I made it up in my head, then I'm a really fucked up person because
Well, that ship has sailed.
that ship has
regardless.
sailed. I mean, there's no question there. I'm a fucked up person.
Yeah.
But I'm almost wondering if at that age, if I just like picked up little bits and pieces of conversation that the adults were having. Because
Okay.
I remember my aunt and my uncle picking me up from school.
Ouch.
And it was my aunt, my uncle, my grandma, my cousin, and me. And we drove down together in one vehicle. And I just remember that entire car ride, like listening to the adults talk and like knowing what was going on, but not fully knowing because I'd never experienced death before.
Okay.
But there's certain details that stick out that, again, I don't remember if it was just that I picked up on them through their conversations, but it created a visual in my head that I constantly live with till this day, like when I think about her passing.
Okay.
And I don't know if the details are true. I don't want to go into details on the podcast, but it was just, it was
Okay.
a very bad car accident.
Okay. I
And
think go ahead, sorry.
I'll get into that next, but
Okay.
you think what you were going to say?
I was gonna say, I think I had the same thing too, because now that I'm thinking about it, I literally just mixed up 2 funeral memories of the guy standing behind the stairs and me missing my wallet, because they were both, I think, really
But-
close to each other, like the funerals. So I think I kind of mixed them up a little bit. But yeah, my
When you
very
s-
first. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. Sorry.
My very first funeral was the one that I told you where I had a grandpa and he got like stabbed by his wife. Remember I told you that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the first funeral that I went to. And then really,
Uh,
I think really close after, another grandpa passed away. And that was the one during my birthday
Oh,
where
I
my
must be
wallet
thinking
got
of another
lost.
one.
Yeah.
See, when you said the man by the stairs, I thought that for some reason I thought that didn't you have an uncle that died?
Yeah, but he wasn't really. Oh, crap. He was on my pillow. Hold up. All right.
Okay.
So the one that I was talking about where my grandpa got stabbed
Yeah.
at the funeral home, he's kind of like he was my dad's age, but he was considered a grandpa. So I think at that time I probably would have considered him an uncle, but if you're talking about like rank wise, he was a grandpa to me. Yeah. And so then when we were at his funeral, like in the funeral home, there's like a coat check area. And then in that area there's like a stairs in the back and it leads you up to like the attic area, like that where you could go upstairs and put like extra food or extra like utensils and stuff up there. And it was like my first time going to that funeral home and I always heard stories about like, oh, it being haunted and stuff like that. But then
Mm,
I didn't realize, because I guess I had a moment where when I think my mom and was like they were gonna go to the bathroom and for me to go put the coats in the closet. But I don't remember what really happened, but I went into the coat closet area and then I saw like my uncle or grandpa standing behind the stairs that leads up to the attic. And so I
that's
was like,
right.
"Oh, what's he doing there? Like, why is he just standing there?" And then come to find out, when I went up to the casket with my mom, then he was the guy laying in the casket. So I'm like, "What the fuck?" But then I didn't put 2 and 2 together until like when I became a little bit more aware of like what death was. So yeah.
Gotcha. And excuse me, I think I'm confusing two of your stories because I was thinking of a different story that was you had seen somebody outside your house.
Oh, that's the
And
dream I had of my uncle.
Yes, that's what I was
Yeah.
confusing the two, but I do remember about your grandpa being stabbed.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, by the way.
Yeah. Okay.
So with your first funeral, do you remember like the details?
Vaguely, like
Okay.
I did this really stupid thing, which makes it kind of memorable to me, was it's gonna sound really stupid, but like when the funeral initially happens, what happens is it's gonna sound really weird, but when they take the dead's body to the funeral home, first they lay it on the floor, they do this kind of ritual, and then they lift the body up onto where the casket should be. And so then at that part or at that moment where they're taking the body into the funeral home, like a lot of like the relatives that come in the morning, they do this thing where they kind of like cry for the dead. And so then that's when they could like leash out their like sadness or whatever. And then once he's laid onto the podium or where the casket should be, then people, they kind of collect themselves and kind of at that point start the ceremony of kind of taking the dead back to where they were from, in a sense. And so then at that time, my mom and my dad, because only like close relatives get not really invited, but they're chosen to do that part of the ceremony. So then they have to like arrive early. They have to like, if I remember correctly, they have to like kill a chicken and bring all this stuff as an offering or whatever. And so then my mom and my dad went. And at that time, I was like the youngest. So then I was like clinging on to my mom. And so then when they were doing the crying part, I didn't know what they were doing. So I was like pretending to cry like my mom. So I was like, ah, like this, like when she was crying. Like I wasn't actually crying.
Was that real crying? No.
No, I wasn't actually crying. I was just mimicking her sound because I thought that's what I was supposed to do because everybody was doing that, right? And so then I think that's kind of low key where I got my crying sound because that's actually like when I actually cry, I actually sound stupid like that. So then when they were doing that part, and they were walking up to this casket and they were like laying him onto the floor or wherever. They were like crying. And so I was like, ah, like that was, but I wasn't actually crying. I was just like mimicking them so that I was a part of the group. You know what I mean? And so then
Yes.
I told like after they stopped crying and I was like wiping my mom's tears. And then my mom was like, why were you crying? I'm like, because you were crying. But I wasn't actually crying. And so I asked my mom, like, why do they do that? And she was just like, well, it's just kind of like not really like a last hurrah, but like a last, like letting all your emotions out for the person who passed away kind of a thing. To say that, hey, we're
Okay.
here, we're grieving you. And, just to kind of let the dead know that, okay, this is the end of your journey kind of a thing. But, like, I remember telling my sisters that story, and they're like, "You're so stupid," because only, like, older people do that, but I'm like, What do you expect me to do?
What?
Just stand there like a dumb child?"
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I was
especially as a kid.
participating. Yeah, I was participating, but in a stupid way. But regardless, to me, the reason why it's memorable because low-key, I was doing the voice, but I was still laughing at the same time, and I wasn't even crying. No disrespect or nothing, but I was a child, so I didn't know. But that's why it was memorable to me. But yeah, it was really stupid now that I think about it.
I don't think that that's stupid. That's actually, like you said, that's very memorable for you, but that's also, like we said at the beginning of the episode, that's like we're adding the humor to it.
Yeah,
You made light of a very difficult situation.
Stay with us. More Unfiltered Chaos coming up right after this.
Are you someone who can turn a 3-word text into a 45-minute analysis?
Do you rehearse arguments in the shower that haven't even happened?
Have you ever lost sleep over a conversation you imagined?
Congratulations. You are the target audience.
Nalee's hypothetical hotline exists because your brain refuses to relax.
Submit your imaginary spirals.
But we'll spiral louder.
And with microphones.
Period. Yeah. I also didn't really know him, so I was just kinda like, "Okay, whatever, go with the flow." But what about you? What made the that first funeral memorable for you?
It's very weird for me, like the things that I do remember. I
Okay.
remember just some very small, weird details. I remember going up to the casket
Mhm.
for the first time. And again, that was my first time ever seeing somebody dead.
Okay.
I
Was it an open
remember
casket?
it was.
And do you
Mhm.
remember seeing
I do.
Oh, okay.
The and again, this is one of those small things that it's like, I remember the accident was so bad that I remember looking at her and she did not look like herself. She was very
Mm,
swollen and puffy.
okay.
And because of the accident, they couldn't bury, when you bury somebody, you normally bury them in like nice, formal, or like a
Yeah.
dress or a suit or whatever.
Yeah.
Because of the accident and how swollen she was, they she's buried in jeans. And I'm almost second guessing this, but I'm 98% sure that it was a navy blue Tigger sweatshirt,
That's so
because
sad.
they had to cover her arms.
Oh,
And then one thing that I've so vividly remember, and I'm not gonna lie, I still like sometimes will think about this, and I don't get as frustrated as I used to,
okay.
but her little brother, I don't even know how old he would have been at the time. So if I was 10, he maybe 5, maybe?
So he was a
So he
baby.
he was a kid. Yeah, he was a kid.
Mm,
But I remember he was like playing, there was like a little side room that you could like sit in away from everybody else. And I remember he was in there and he was like playing with his toys. And I think I was crying. And I just remember him like getting in my face and being like, "She's dead. She's never coming back." And he just like ran off.
what the hell?
And well, again, grief, we all handle it
Yeah, I
differently.
guess.
And
Yeah.
at that age, I'm not, I chalked it up to he's not really fully understanding the fact,
Yeah.
yeah, she's not coming back, but like,
Yeah.
do you understand what that means?
Yeah.
So just little things
Damn,
like
that's
that I
intense.
remember. It was a very intense moment.
Yeah.
And again, it was nothing bad. It was just at that age, I don't believe that he fully understood. Even at my age, at 10, I didn't fully understand
Yeah.
all that would all that it meant losing somebody.
Mm. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah. So that was my first experience with death. Yeah, that's all I really had. I just want to talk about, it's weird the things that your memory remember, or that your
It
mind
really is, yeah.
remembers, and how it remembers or how it interprets certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have anything else to add to your topics?
No.
Okay.
What did you have? What else? What did you want to talk about? Hopefully it'll add some lightness to this
I don't
heaviness.
think so. I think this is going to be a pretty dark episode. I mean, shocker. It's me. I picked these topics. And yeah, I think it's going to be pretty. If it's not dark, it's going to be sad. If it's not sad, it ain't going to be happy. That's all I'm going to say. But I think it's also a good, it's going to be a good episode too. But I think my topics were watching someone become sick. So for me, I think
Mm.
the reason why I wanted to talk about this was obviously, you and I both have the common denominator. I wouldn't say denominator, but the common, like, I don't know what word I'm looking
Just
for. But
just a
both of our,
commonality. We both have the
yeah,
same
right. Kind of
similar
scenario.
experiences. Yeah.
Yeah, where like my grandma, she always like, y'all already know, she low key traumatized us, but at the same time, like she took care of us. She took care of my siblings and us. And like, thinking like when I was small, I thought that she was like such a strong, independent woman. And then, when she became sick, like we had to take care of her. Like, I personally, like, I think I was a little too young to be able to actually do things of like actions of matter, I guess, if that makes sense, where like it'll make an impact for her. Because at that time I was like still in middle school, high school, kind of like high school, but then like I was like a freshman, sophomore in high school. And you're stupid, you're young, you're not really like concentrated on the sick. And I think
Yeah.
the one who really got like the hard job of it was Linda. Like Sal was off in Taiwan. She was she was out of the country. I think at that time, Polly got married really young. So she wasn't even in the picture. So just me, Mila, and Linda. And at that time, Linda just learned how to drive. She was in college. And then my grandma had a stroke. And so then my parents were out of the country too. And so then at that point, it was literally Linda. She was like, the reason why I call her Mama Bear, my Mama Bear, is because like that bitch, like she's tough, but her hands, her feet, her actions are just as powerful as her words, And I think at that time, she was literally taking care of me, my La, and my younger brother, Gomong, when he was a baby. While, my mom and my dad, they were out of the country, going back and forth. And like, we would go and spend the nights with my grandma at the rehab center after she had a stroke. And we would kind of like rotate shifts, kind of. Because my parents were out of town, we had to, mind you, still go to school. She still had to, what? Not out of town, out of the country, sorry.
Okay, why was it in quotes?
In quotes of what?
You said my parents were out of town.
I meant like out of the country. Like they weren't there. So Linda pretty
Okay.
much had to like take care of everything. It's not a bad thing. I
The
think
quotes threw me off because normally that's like a sign that this isn't the truth.
No. I don't know why I did the quotes. It's because these nails, they be doing something else to me. They're
Clack,
long.
clack, 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 clack.
Exactly. I'm doing a Family Guy. But, but yeah. And so then Linda had to take care of us and she had to go to college, drop us off at school. And I think at that time, like, I didn't realize how hard it was to actually take care of somebody by looking at Linda. Cause like her energy was like all over the place, but somehow like she took care of it. You know what I mean? And so then I think when I saw that, it really humbled me where I'm like, damn, like I really got to get my shit together. Like my sister's over here trying to figure shit out. My parents out of the country. My other sisters are like low key non-existent because they're doing their own thing. And I'm trying not to add more to that to her, And so I think that kind of also molded my mindset of maybe having a little bit more mature mindset because I'm like, damn, like
Same.
shit's hitting the fan. You know what I mean? And so then at that time, like my grandma I think she had like maybe 4 or 5 strokes, like maybe a couple years apart. And you could slowly tell she was losing like at first, strength and like bladder control and all that stuff, like all the non-pretty things. And like up until her passing, like she was struggling, you know what I mean? And I think just seeing her go through that, you empathize and low key kind of gives you like, I don't know about anybody else, but it kind of makes me feel afraid of getting old because I don't want to go through that too. But at the same time, it gives me a sense of like, bitch, you got to stay healthy. Like you got to do something to like not do that. You know what I mean? Because at the same, oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, it puts things into perspective.
Exactly. Yeah. And so then I think for me, like, that's also one big thing why like I feel like I am a pretty active chubby gal, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to end up like that. And it kind of gives me a scare of like, oh, like, let's just say, what if I don't get married? What if I don't have kids to take care of me? Like, what am I going to do? So I have to be able to take care of myself because that's also one thing that my grandma taught me. Like, even though that be low-key traumatized us, like she never remarried. She did everything herself. And, like that also was power in itself. And I think when you watch somebody who I wouldn't say put on a pedestal, but you've always seen them as somebody really strong and you see them slowly depleting, it really puts things in perspective like, damn, like that could be me. And I don't want that to be me. Like I need to change it, and not just that, but also my dad. Like like I've talked throughout this podcast of like how my mom and my dad, like as they're getting older, it's like one thing after another. And you're just like, what can I do to help you? What can I do to make your lives easier? It's just kind of like, it really puts life in perspective of like, damn, like, you really don't have a lot of time. You know what I mean? Like you really don't have a lot of time. But yeah,
time time flies. It's like we were
It
just
really
talking
does.
before we started recording. We're like,
Yeah.
the month is already half over. Like, it seems
We
like it
didn't do
just
shit.
started. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I mean, I don't know about you, but like it doesn't even, the buck doesn't stop like with family. Like,
Yeah.
even if I go to the grocery store and I see like this cute old woman that's like pushing her grocery cart, I'm like, it's not that I feel sorry for them, because the chances are maybe they've had a wonderful life
Yeah.
and they're enjoying their old age and they've aged with dignity. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to be that way. I don't want to get old. It does make you, well, for me, it does make me scared to get older because I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then, you made the comment, you're like, what if I don't have kids? Like, I'm not having kids.
Yeah.
And so it does make me question. I'm like, sometimes, okay, you wanted this to be a dark episode. We're going to get morbid now.
Let's do it.
Sometimes I wonder, I'm like, what if I die alone? What if I don't have any kids? If my niece and my nephew don't stay in contact,
Yeah.
I'm not going to have anybody. I'll probably be like turning to sludge in my living room floor or in bed before anybody is like, hey, nobody's come out of that house in months.
Well, first
It's
of all,
scary.
realistically, I don't think that's gonna happen because obviously we text each other every day. If I don't hear back from you calling me a stupid hoe, I'm running to your house.
Don't be stupid. I won't call you a stupid hoe.
Can't help it. We passed that. We done passed that passage or whatever, however they say it.
That's true.
Yeah. So I don't think that's true, but I think realistically, yes, it is very sad to think about.
Yeah.
But I
It's a
don't think
possibility.
yeah, it is a possibility, yes.
I mean,
but it's a very unlikely possibility.
And even more so, what if it happens what if I die like Elvis and I die on the toilet? That's even worse.
For you, but not for the people who find you.
Says who? They
Wait,
still
he
have
was
to
found
clean me up.
Hold up, he was found on the toilet?
Yeah, he died on the toilet.
So he pooped and died?
I'm going to assume that he was pooping because he was sitting, but who
I didn't
knows?
know that.
Maybe he was peeing and then all of a sudden he felt the need, like something was going on, and he sat down the first place he could sit down, and then it just happened. But yes, he died on the toilet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's sad. It's one
It
of
is
those
sad.
things where it's hard. I mean, going back to your original topic of like watching someone become sick, it's hard to see what they were and then see what they've become.
Yeah.
And it does, I'm like you, it does make me want to be like, okay, I need to do something. I need to get healthier. I need to do this. I need to do that. What can I do to fight time and like try and slow it down or reverse it or put my thing down, flip it and reverse it. Ay.
Yeah. Ay.
But no, it's just sad to see
While
people
we're talking
that
about
you
fucking
love.
death.
We said that there was going to be laughs.
Yeah.
But it's sad to watch people that you love and that you've seen in the prime or in the height of their life, and then to watch them deteriorate. It does put things into perspective.
Yeah, it's very
It can
sad.
be very humbling. It's very sad.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of how to say this without offending anybody. But again, I'm just going to say it with my chest. It is what it is.
Say it with your chest.
That's part of where my struggle is with when it comes to terms of religion and like believing in God and all this and that. And it's like, so listeners, you can come for me if you want. I clearly, obviously, if I haven't mentioned it before, I'll mention it now. I'm not a believer of God. I'm more spiritual than anything. I believe in a higher power, but not necessarily God. But where I have an issue with, like, when it comes to religion and God is it's like there's so much emphasis put on this big God and all the things that he does. And it's like, I find it hard to believe that there's a God when you have this person who's lived an amazing life and then they die in the most horrific way.
Yeah.
Or I have a friend who her first baby, they found out she had cancer and she lost her first kid. And obviously she's not the only one that's ever experienced this, but that's another thing that I struggle with. Okay, how do you for people who are religious out there? How do you
Oh,
what
go on.
what?
Nothing. Say what your chest.
I'm not trying to be offensive or anything. I'm being
No, no,
serious.
no, no,
Like
no. Yeah, yeah.
I really struggle with the fact that we praise this God, creator of everything, creator of plants and animals and everything in this universe. Why are little babies ending up with cancer or terminal illnesses or
Yeah,
like they don't even have a chance to live?
yeah.
It's sad, and I struggle with that. But getting back to the topic at hand, yeah, watching somebody age and deteriorate is very difficult. And I think that I had the same situation with you going back to your story. Like my grandma, as listeners know, my grandma raised me,
Mhm.
and she had to have a triple bypass surgery in, I want to say 96 or 95. So I was just a kid myself. And I think that living through that experience as a kid and still continuing to live with my grandmother after the fact and having
Mhm.
to, get her soup or help her to the bathroom or help with things around the house,
Yeah,
like that forced me to grow up even faster.
yeah. On top of
So
what you were already
on
going through. Yeah,
right. So I think you and I are alike in that sense as far as
yeah.
I'm not going to speak for you, but for me, like I don't regret one bit of it. But at the same time, I do feel, well, that's a different topic for a different time. I don't regret any of it, but I definitely do agree that I was forced to mature and grow up faster
Yeah.
than an 8-year-old should have.
Yeah, for sure. I think I definitely agree with you. I mean, obviously, I didn't get like, I wouldn't say as bad. It's probably a bad way to say as bad, but I think that's the best way to say it. Like, as far as taking care of my grandma, because, oh my goodness, you know what? Fuck that pillow. It wants to stay on the floor. It's going to stay on the fucking floor. But hold on, let me pick it up.
This bitch.
But I hate it when the pillow gets on the floor because it's like, ew, I have to laundry it again.
Yeah, that's same.
But yeah, but like it's not like getting it worse, but like I guess she had to take a bigger responsibility and than what she really needed to. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so then I think like, it really forces you to have to do adult things, make adult decisions, even when you're
Mhm.
not supposed to, and it's kinda like you were dealt cards that you weren't really supposed to get, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like, what can you do, you know?
You're like, I didn't ask to play this game.
Exactly.
And I guess here I got a flush. All right, let's play this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and, I think, again, with, like, my dad and them going through it right now, like, obviously, like, I'm closer now, so I could obviously contribute more, but I think because I don't have that relationship with them like I do with my other sisters, of course, it's not that I can't build it, it's just it's harder said than done, you know what I mean? Like, right now, like, I think with my parents and them, like Sal, Linda, and Polly, they do a lot for my parents. And I'm the type of person where I'm gonna put credit where it's due. I'm not gonna take credit for anything
Yeah.
because I know I haven't been there. And when I am, I do try to do my best. When I am able, I do try to overextend a little bit because I know that, when I was living in Eau Claire compared to now, like when I was in Eau Claire, I try to extend as much help as I can. But
Yeah,
at the
you were
same
in the cities
time,
like every weekend.
yeah, but at the same time, it's also like my parents' comfort level. If they don't feel comfortable with me, I'm also not going to force that, because they're at an age where they know, like, okay, this child could do this child could do this. They
Mhm.
know that I could entertain them. They know that if they need a good laugh, yeah, I got you. I could do stupid stuff and make you laugh. But as far as like, them feeling comfortable, me taking to them to the hospital or, you know, stuff like that, they're not gonna rely on me. They're gonna rely on my sisters because it's what they've been doing for years. Like I always say to them, like, I will never take credit for something I don't do, and I give you guys so
Mhm.
much credit. Like, I appreciate you guys so much for what you guys do that I couldn't do for them, and, in a sense, I do feel like people don't talk about it too, but then I feel guilty that I can't do more. Obviously, I can, but at the same time, again, it's harder said than done. They don't feel it's kind of the thing of like, I want to do it, but then they don't feel comfortable with me, and I don't want to force that either. You know what I mean? So it's kind
Yeah.
of, I don't know, it's kind of like a double edged sword for me, where like, I wanna do all these things for them, and I have all these things that I wanna say, but at the same time, it's just, like, time and place, you know what I mean? But sometimes I do it anyways just because I'm like, "When am I gonna get the time?" And also, I've lived with enough embarrassment where, like, when it's my parents, I don't really care. Like, they know the problem child that I am, so I do it anyways, you know what I mean? But, yeah, like, I guess my whole point of this was, like, watching somebody you love, somebody you admire, somebody you see as like somebody you put on a pedestal and kind of see them depleting, them deteriorating, and then at the same time, like they still kind of have an ego too, where they're like, I could do this myself. Like, they don't.
No, go ahead, finish.
Oh, but I was gonna say like that's also another factor too, where like and it kind of the lines are a little blurred, but it's kind of in relation to what I was saying about comfort level where they feel like they can still do these things, but they really can't anymore. I think that's when you get forced to make adult decisions and you have to draw boundaries that you don't want to, but you have to. And that's the other part that I wanted to talk about of when you watch somebody become sick, there's things you have to call the shots in specific things, even if it's not what that person wants, but it's for their own well-being. I think that's a very hard place to be. And
1,000%.
yeah, and I think it is very hard. It's very sad. It's very eye-opening, humbling, like you said, taking care of somebody you love that becomes sick.
I think that that's gotta be the worst part of aging is, I mean, basically what you're saying is they're losing their independence.
Yeah.
And that is the most difficult part because once you start losing little pieces of independence, the th- obviously I haven't experienced this personally, but I
Mhm.
would think that once that starts happening, that's when the thoughts start creeping in of what do I have to live for? I
Yeah.
can't drive to the grocery store. I can't walk to the mailbox. And it's especially when you get older, it's just one thing after another that then at a certain point it's like, well, I can't leave my house.
Yeah.
What this isn't a way to live, you know?
Yeah.
It's
Maybe I'm
very
thinking the opposite
unfortunate.
because if it was me, I'd take full advantage. I can't walk, go give me milk. I can't go to the mailbox, go
You
get my mail.
say that because you're not
I
in a
know, that's what I'm
position to
saying. That's
have
what I'm
to.
saying.
Yeah.
Is that like maybe I'm thinking the opposite because obviously I'm not in that situation. So if scripts are switched around, obviously I'd be like, fuck, which again, I'm just trying to bring light to the situation. But at the same time, it's just like,
Right.
yeah, it sucks.
I remember when I had to finally tell my grandma, I'm like, you can't drive anymore.
Yeah.
And my grandma was a bus driver for I don't know how many years. She
Mm,
loved driving. That was her
okay.
independence and that was her freedom. So for us to have to, get rid of her vehicle and she had no way of going anywhere
Damn, that must have
unless,
been hard.
yeah, that's like that was probably the hardest thing for her, I think.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, my parents, we tell them not to drive and they do it anyways. They stubborn as hell. That's why I'm stubborn as hell.
N-
Like my
I will,
mom,
and
go ahead.
that's how my no, I
Yeah.
want to hear your story about your mom, but
Yeah.
like that's how my grandma was. And she's gone now. They can't do anything. I came home from work one day and I noticed that she had a dent in her fender.
Mm,
And I was like, I walked in, I'm like, what the hell did you do? Because she wasn't supposed to be driving. And she's like, well,
mm,
I had to go to the bank. I don't know. She had to get money out for something, or I don't know. She had to go to the bank. So she went to the bank And then when she was backing up, she backed into like one of the lampposts in the parking lot.
I've done that before.
You're not fucking helping your case.
Uh,
But yeah, you can't stop them. And then that was the
Yeah.
point when it was like, okay, we're getting rid of your car.
yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like, no, it's tough being in that situation. It really is. Cause it's like,
100%.
it's kind of like we're all adults. You're my parent. I love you. You're
Mhm.
used to telling me what to do, but now it's kind of like, unfortunately,
Yes.
I have to take this away from you,
Yeah.
because you're not listening. And it's what they always say. Like parents, they start off as parents, but when they grow older, they end up becoming kids.
They become kids again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mentally,
Yeah.
fit,
So it
yeah,
really is hard.
physically, but
Unfortunately, it is inevitable. It is a circle of life. But I think I will put into light, though, I think that, or to make it a little bit more lighthearted, I think that like when you find, or when you, I guess, how should I word this? When your kids are people who are appreciative and they're grateful for what you do, it really pays off when you're older because they take care of you, they love you, compared to kids who are fucking ungrateful and they do all sorts of stuff. We've all heard those stories of like, you know, parents or grandparents getting to put in the nursing home and they get beat up and shit. Like, no. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna toot my horn, but I'm gonna toot my sister's horns. Like my sister's horns because like my parents, I feel like they are very lucky to have my sisters and me as entertainment, but as my sisters because they genuinely like take care of my parents and they really do the best for my parents. I think sometimes they don't see it because they're your parents. It's never it's
yeah.
kind of the thing of like it's never good enough until it's like the end. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And not to say that my brothers they don't do their part, but I'm just saying that as far as like people the ones who carry the most heavy weight are my sisters, like Sal, Linda, and Pali, my La. Like they really have been carrying that weight of taking care of my parents, taking care of my grandma. It's not said enough. And I always tell them, like, I appreciate you guys. Like you guys do really hard work. And, obviously everybody in the world, they go through their own struggles. But like for me, like I'm very appreciative to have my sisters because of the care that I see they put my parents in and my grandma in. And it makes me kind of sad because, I'm the youngest one and I'm not saying that they're going to die before me, but like I'm scared I might not be able to take care of them like they do my parents. You know what I mean? So it's kind of scary. It's really sad. But at the same time, I hope I'm the lucky one that gets to go first. Knock on
Oh
wood.
my God. Knock on wood. Did you have a story about your mom that you wanted to share?
Well, I was just gonna say, like, my mom is super stubborn to the point where, like, when we tell her not to, like, drive, that bitch is already gone within, like, 4 in the morning. She does it when nobody's awake because
Where does she go at 4 a.m?
well, she's a farmer. She goes to the garden, and her garden is, like, an hour
Mm.
away. And so then, like, we had, like, for the past 5 years, we've been arguing with her about not gardening because 1, her garden is, like, an hour away, and 2, she can't drive, and 3, like, she's always complaining about her back hurting. But you know why her back hurts? Is because she goes to the garden, she
Because
doesn't know
she's
how to stay
going to the
still.
garden. Yeah.
Exactly. And so then, like, we finally won the battle. She finally stopped going to the garden and, like, having her own garden. But at the same time, like, when she was still doing that, like, her and my sisters would always get into, like, a argument. And then she'd end up still having it her way. Like, she'd still go. So it's just like, as much as we love her, that's just as much as how stubborn she is. But yeah, it's
I,
crazy. Like when you
I can relate
when
to
people become sick and you take care of them, it's like you see everything, the good, the bad, the ugly.
that.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's just you have to that's why I give so much props to people who take care of who are caregivers because like they do it for people who they don't even know. You know what I mean? So it really is a very like you have to be a very special
Type of person.
patient person to take care of other
Mhm.
people.
100%.
So, yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah.
You said something earlier that I just want to go back and touch on.
Okay.
And then we can continue on because I don't know where we're at for time.
Okay. Yeah.
But you had
45.
made
48.
Oh my God, we're only on segment 1.
What's new?
The fact that you made this a 5-segment episode.
It's going to be a two-parter, baby. It's going to be a two-parter.
So you had made a comment about you may not be able to, help out with your parents as much as you would like to.
Yeah.
I just want to comment on that as far as from personal experience. Your parents know. They know if you are or if you aren't intentionally pulling your weight. So I don't want you, as your friend, I don't want you to ever feel like you're failing or coming in short from that standpoint because you're still young. Not that your sisters or brothers are old, but I mean, you're still young. You're living your life and you are there for your parents. You may not be there as much as you want to be, but I assure you, I promise you 100%, your parents see the things that you're doing and they know that you're not spending as much time with them as you want to by choice, but they see the things that you're doing. They see that you are working. They see that you're going to do things to make a better life for yourself. And so I promise you that you're at no point are your parents do they have any form of, I don't want to say resentment or anything. That's not the right word, but like, just know that they're not holding anything against you. Whereas there are those
they're
people
really good at guilt
like,
tripping us. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, parents will guilt trip till the cows come home. But like they know if you're actively choosing to not be part of their life.
Yeah.
Which is not the case for you. And that's also for all of our viewers and listeners out there. Like your parents and your grandparents know.
You're right. I mean, obviously I could do more, but yeah. Like I said, sometimes it's harder said than done. But yes, thank you for that reminder.
Yes,
I appreciate that. You're right.
I got you.
All right. Anything else you want to add to this topic that we've been talking for 51 minutes about?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, segment 2 is heartbreak isn't just romantic. There's that kind of grief that nobody really prepares you for.
Yeah. The one for the people that are still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just no longer part of our lives.
And somehow those endings can hurt just as much.
Yeah. I feel like this is something that a lot of people don't think about. Like you said earlier in the episode, when people think grief, they think death.
Yeah.
Nobody ever really takes the time to consider the things that you can grieve: the loss of a job, you can grieve the loss of a spouse, you can grieve the end of a friendship.
Yeah.
All of these things are grief worthy and they're
real.
They're real and you're right to feel that way.
Yeah.
Don't ever let anybody tell you how to feel.
Exactly. Tell yourself how to feel.
Period.
Teach yourself how to express it.
Yes. What did you have for this topic?
So I had 2, I guess, but we can talk about it really briefly like we usually do. We're going to rush through the rest of the fucking segments. We never learn. But there's just so much to talk about. You know what I mean?
There is, yeah.
And I didn't realize it until, But mine I wanted to talk about was my first heartbreak.
Tell me about it, boo.
Yeah, I'm trying to jog through memory lane. I think my first heartbreak was this guy that I really liked in elementary school.
You don't even remember your first heartbreak?
I don't, because I don't break hearts. I mean, I don't get my heart broken. I break hearts, is what I meant to say.
This
so,
bitch. Oh, for fuck's sake. Fucking.
But I think, actually, now that I think of it, I don't think I've ever had like a heartbreak before. I wanted to see what you wanted to say. That's why I wanted to talk about this topic.
What I wanted to say about my heartbreak or about your heartbreak?
About your heartbreak or my heartbreak. It could be either one.
Well, you can't even remember. Apparently, you've never even broken a heart, so we can't talk about yours.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about mine. I'm not even going to revisit that time of my life.
Jesus. Okay.
No.
Was it like can I just ask a couple of follow-up questions?
You can ask. Don't mean I'm going to answer.
Okay. How old were you when this happened? Your first heartbreak, if you remember.
21.
Stay with us. More unfiltered chaos coming up right after this.
Love drama but hate being involved in it?
Perfect. Twin Tangents Court is a spin-off where we judge everyone so you don't have to.
We try your dating disasters,
Your friendship felonies,
your domestic disturbances.
and we deliver the verdict.
New episodes drop every other Friday at 8 a.m. Central.
So grab your coffee, grab your screenshots.
And meet us in the fucking courtroom.
Wow. Okay. 21. Okay. How did it happen?
Yeah, we're not going to go there. I plead the fifth.
Did you cheat on them?
No.
Did they cheat on you?
I'm not gonna discuss this.
Okay, we'll circle back to this at the end of
No,
the episode.
we won't. No,
Um,
we won't. That was
okay.
a bad time in my life.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, I'm just kidding. I remember my first heartbreak.
This
Um,
bitch.
So I'll
She's
tell you guys about it. I think I
trying to
may have
find-
talked about it too, actually, if I remember correctly. Did I ever tell you the time that I went to the bathroom and got kissed? Remember?
No.
In elementary school?
No.
Okay, well, anyways, some stuff happened. Some stuff transpired. But anyways, I was a little kid. It was elementary school. And I was a
Elementary
young
school
hoe.
bathroom. Something's transpired. This hoe.
I swear I told you about this. Okay, maybe not.
I mean, maybe
anyways-
you did, and I just don't remember.
Yeah,
But
probably. You're getting old, so that's probably the most likely.
hey, Nalee.
Hey, I do that too. Look at
Oh,
that.
twinning.
Yeah,
Fucking bitch.
but it was in elementary school. I was second grade, and there's this kid that really liked me. I really liked him, and then I found out that he was writing notes to every other girl to go kiss at the bathroom, and I was one of like 5. So yeah, I was really sad.
And
His-
listeners, that was how mono started around the elementary school.
If I remember correctly, I'm gonna
What
say his
grade?
name because I was second grade. Yeah, because
That's so
I
funny.
swear I've told you about this before. But anyways, I was in public school, and they said that I was too stupid for public school, so they took me into a Hmong academy, which is specifically for Hmong kids to learn or whatever. It was called Hope Community Academy. It's probably called something else now, but I was like maybe the first or second class that was at that school. And then
Oh,
I guess when we took the test, I was too smart to be in those kind of schools, so they put me back in public school. So first grade, I was too stupid. Second grade, I was too smart. And so then third grade, I went back to public school. And so then, Jesus, sorry. And
fourth
so
grade,
then-
she was just right.
Yeah. Stupid. And so then when I was in elementary school, there's this kid, his name was Long Zhong. There's a lot of Long Zhongs, so that's why I'm gonna say it anyways. But but anyways.
I can't.
Anyways,
I wish we had
he
a
was
Long
really
John
cute.
Silver's.
Stupid.
That sounds real good.
I'm being serious. I am not even kidding about his name. His name was Long.
I know you're
Zhong.
not.
Yeah, and so then he was really cute. We really liked each other. And then one day he wrote me a letter, and he was like, "Hey, meet
This
me at
bitch.
lunch. Meet me at the bathroom at like 2 p.m. or whatever." And so then I went, met him, and then he like kissed me, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I think I liked him even more at that point because I'm like, "Okay, this is new." And then the next day, I found out that he was doing that. He did that with another girl, and so then I was like super sad and heartbroken. And I was like, I never gonna date another Long Zhong ever again because they hoes. So yeah, that was my first heartbreak.
Okay, so I have questions. I have follow-up questions. So is this
Doesn't
just
mean
like
I'll go answer them.
fair? Okay, so my first question is,
Okay.
was this outside of the bathroom or in the bathroom?
So it was kind of both. So you know how like in elementary school, you have the sink in the middle and then it splits between the girl and the boy?
Yes.
Yeah, so it was like the wall up against before entering the bathroom. So technically it's not really like
in
the
bathroom.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
So was
now that I
this-
think of it, we had no fucking business doing that at like second grade. The fuck? But yeah, go on.
I'm going to tell you what I did.
Oh.
Was this a chicken peck or was this like tongue?
I think he was my first official like slobbering kiss.
Oh,
was like,
in
yeah.
second grade?
Yeah. It was intense.
I can't talk. That's okay. And then what was my other question? Oh, no, I had a statement.
Okay.
Listeners, I just want you to rewind this and listen to her story. So she specifically says he liked her and she liked him. They really liked each other. Meanwhile, this motherfucker over here is like writing notes to every other girl in class. He's like,
well, he picked
I
on me all
got
the time.
Nalee on Wednesday. I got Tina on Thursday. Frida on Friday.
Yeah. Well,
Frida.
the only reason why I
What
knew
kind of name
I
is
know,
Frida?
the fuck. The only reason why I knew that he really liked me was, like during recess, the boy who picks on you the most is most likely the boy who likes you the most.
Yeah, but
And
it doesn't sound like you were the only one he was picking on.
Yeah, that's why I had my first heartbreak.
Oh, so
what do
the
you want me to
heartbreak.
say?
So the heartbreak wasn't because he broke up with you or broke your heart. The heartbreak
He didn't
was
even break up with me. He just cheated on me flat out. Stupid bitch.
second grade and cheating on me.
Yeah. Hoe ass.
You know what?
bitch.
You know what? Nalee, if it makes you feel any better, I think you dodged a bullet because I'm willing to put money down that he's that guy that went out to get milk and never came home.
Probably. He probably got some girl pregnant in 5th grade for all I know. At
Oh
that
my God.
rate, yeah, he's probably one of those guys. But you know what? I did dodge a bullet because he low-key was going to touch my boobs and I didn't have anything there at that time. So I'm going to be like, the wall
Most
that you're
second graders
touching...
don't.
Yeah, and I'm like, the wall you're touching is just as big as how I am right now. So you should put your hand on the wall instead. Look how she
Dead.
turned out. He missed out. Cha-chang,
out.
bing bong, bitch, bang bong.
You should look him up on Facebook and send him a picture of yourself.
But I don't even remember how he looked like at this point. How he looked like at this point. How you look like.
How he looked like. And plus there's probably like 18,000 long johns.
No, there's 1,000 long jongs. Like, no doubt.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't ever gonna find him.
I ain't even gonna find him. But yeah, that was my first heartbreak. Yeah. I was sad for like 2 seconds. And then there was this other guy. His name was Adam. Yeah. We kissed on the bus. It was fine.
Again, listeners, listen to the story. So she kissed Long John on Wednesday. Thursday, he kissed Tina while Nalee kissed Adam. But Nalee's heart was broke. This fucking bitch.
Hey, it's elementary. Puppy love, baby. We was going through it. You know, I was living my best life in second grade. Give me a fucking break.
You were living your best. There is a reason you are a hoe.
Through and through, baby.
She was a
Hoes, no
hoe
hoes.
from elementary.
Hoes, no hoes. Period. Hey, Adam. Adam, what was his last name? Adam Lore, I think was his last name.
Lore?
I'm single now. Reach out, baby.
Did you like him more than Long John?
He was cuter than Long John.
Have you looked him up on Facebook?
No. There's 1,000 Adams too. I ain't about to do that.
True.
I don't even know if his last name is Lore. I just know that his name was Adam because he was the first Adam I've ever met.
Sometimes I find it fun to go on and like look up people on Facebook from elementary school.
Creeper one?
Because I switched schools, and so it was just a matter of like people that I liked that I just wanted to like see whatever happened to so and so.
Yeah, I think for me, I don't remember people's actual names to like search up unless I really, really, really like them. Like, there's only probably 3 people that I know their full-on name where I'm like, yeah, I wonder what they're doing right now because they was cute.
I mean, have you looked those people up? No?
Yeah, I haven't been able to find them. But then again, I'm not really good at like doing the search. And I'm not, now that I think of it, it's not that I'm not good. It's because I'm too lazy. Like, it's not worth my time. You know what I mean?
How many times have we had conversations about you being lazy?
More than I can count. I can't help it. I'd rather sleep. If
you
your
have
name
plenty
is
of time
Tyler
to sleep when you're
Penzimus,
dead.
Is your name is Taylor Vaca or what's Canute something? I forgot his name. Yeah, they were like they were my crushes in high school, middle schoolish. But you could bleep out all of those names. Thank you very much. Okay, thanks.
I'm gonna make you do it.
I don't know how to bleep stuff.
We're gonna teach you. We gonna get you on that boat.
Did you want to add anything else to first heartbreaks since you didn't share a story?
No.
Did it affect you in any way? Like like your life? Did it like change your perspective on anything? Did you learn anything from it?
Oh, I learned a lot.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not going
Are
to
you
divulge
gonna
what I.
are you
I'm not
gonna
going to.
ever tell me about your first heartbreak if I was to
Yeah, I'll
ask you
tell
like
it.
outside of the pod?
Yeah, I think we've talked about it before.
Have we?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm.
Yeah, we've.
Okay. Yeah, I think we've talked about it. Okay, never mind. You're right.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm gonna move on to my next segment, which is missing the memories more than the person.
Okay.
Do you have anything you want to add to this or talk about before I add my part to it?
For missing the memories more than the person?
Yeah.
The only thing that I want to say about that is like, personally, I mean, I guess maybe I should listen to you first because I don't think that there's anybody that I would miss the memories more than the person. Because
Okay.
if I've had good memories with a person, I'm going to miss the person
Okay. Okay.
regardless.
Sure. For me, I mean, I am, I'm sure you guys all know at this point, obviously with me and B, I think I could definitely relate to this topic. I think because because we had a lot of really good memories as far as I know, according to me, like I think I just miss the memories that we had more than B himself. Because I think in the moment of the memories that we've created, I think it's also because for me, I did a lot of firsts with him, if that makes sense. Like, he was the first person I traveled with, first person I did all these things with. And I think when it comes to memories, those are like core memories for a person. You know what I mean? So I think that is probably what I wanted to share. And also, not just in the love life, I think in relationship wise as well, like with your friends. Like, people you confide in when you have like your first heartbreak, like an adult heartbreak, or, you know, when you guys go out and something crazy happens and now you're like no longer friends with him. Like you think about all those crazy moments you've had, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And let's say if it ended up toxic, obviously you may not like miss the person, but the memories that you've shared with them, you're like, damn, like we did some crazy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just kind of that part of it is that like I think it's kind of like bittersweet. And to me, like I am a very nostalgic person. I love
Same.
nostalgia. And when it comes to like missing the memories more than the person itself, to me that relates to me because again, I even if the person's no longer in my life, it could be to several reasons. I don't know, maybe they died. Again, grief you deal with in different ways, but I think for me, like the memories that it holds, like for me, I take a lot of pictures of stuff, videos of stuff, and even if people aren't in my life anymore, sometimes I do still look at those videos and memories and stuff like that to be like, oh damn, we did some crazy shit, or I can't believe I did that, or can't believe we did that together, like
Yeah.
or, like, oh, this person was the first person I did this with, and so on and so forth, even if they're not in your life. And I think that's kind of the beauty of creating memories is that even if they're no longer in your life, whether, it ended in a bad term or a good term, you still have that to keep. You know what I mean? And it'll be yours and that other person's like
It's a
thing.
time capsule.
Yeah, a time
It's
capsule.
like a
Yeah.
connecting. Yeah.
A core memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Can I ask you? So you had mentioned like B.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that you are missing the memories, or do you think that you're missing the thought of what you hoped you guys would be from those memories? Does that
Um,
make sense?
Yeah, it does. I think it's a little bit of both, but more so the first part of actually missing the memories. Because I think the reason why I felt like B was like our connection was so like crazy. I wouldn't say crazy, but it was like I don't know how to
Intense?
explain. Yeah, intense. The reason why our connection for me was really intense is because I think in some ways we like liked a lot of the same things. And so then when we did certain things, it's kind of like you it's that bond that you get with that person. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Where it's like, I'm never going to have this moment, this bond, this instance, this memory with anybody else but you, this feeling. You know what I mean? And so then I think for me, it's more of the memory than it is the actual, like, thinking about what it could become, because at this point we can't become anything. It's just what it is. You know what I mean? And so
Well,
then when you
yeah,
oh, yeah.
right. Well, just to clarify, I didn't mean like what you would be now, but I mean, okay, so just for an example, let's say
Yeah.
the very first Christmas that you guys spent together. When you
Mhm.
think back on that memory, are you missing the memory of what was happening in that moment? Or are you missing the memory of you in that moment thinking, like looking at him and saying, oh, I can see forever. And now snap back to reality, you're like, that forever is not happening. So
Yeah.
are you grieving over the memory itself, or are you grieving over what you had hoped would become of the two of you in that moment from that memory?
Okay. For
More
me, it's the first
deeper.
one. Yeah. No, I get it. Okay. For me, yeah. Vet neck lady. for, for me, it's the first part. It's not really like what I would have hoped it to become. Like,
Right.
oh, I'm gonna do this for the next 80 years of my life. Not It's not that. I think it's it's the in the moment kind of thing where like it's the
Okay.
expression, it's the feeling,
Y-
it's the taste, the smell. You know what I mean? Like
Everything.
it's the everything in the moments that we shared where it's like, damn, like it was very special. But then again, I think because of how I am, I love love. I'm a lover girl. And I'm also a Pisces. And, y'all could judge me or whatever, but I think we are very, I wouldn't say delusional, but we are very intuitive and we're very in our fields. Fucking bitch. Like we appreciate closeness, and I think when there's certain levels of intimacy involved, not intimacy doesn't necessarily mean sex. It just means like the
Right.
tension, and I think for me that's probably a better way to say it. I think B and I's like intimacy level, I think I have never experienced that with somebody else. That's why for me it was so intense. It was so like memorable. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, he stood
Mm-hmm.
out in these kinds of moments. Sometimes it could be limerence where like, I think like at the moment right after everything happened and I was still kind of grieving through like my actual reality. I think for a moment there it was limerence where I was like, I don't know if you know what limerence is. Do you know what limerence is?
No.
It's kinda like an intense romantic obsession or infatuation with, like, a specific person or object or whatever, where you're just like, like, you forget about logic. Logic's out the door, and you're just trying to fix it's kinda like you're trying to get it's like a drug, you're trying to get a fix from it, you know what I mean? So I think I was in limerence a lot when B and I were first going through separation, where I was in denial that it was actually happening. I was in denial of the reality of
1,000%.
the situation, and I think at that moment, like, I wasn't ready to grieve it, but I think at this point, because so much time has already passed, and I would like to think that I'm an emotionally intelligent person, it's not so much of missing him, it's missing the memories we created together. But then again, because you're asking about him, that's just kind of my point of view. Like, obviously, you know, things has been said and done. Of course, I don't wish him ill or anything, but as far as like the memories we created, I think like I said, because he's my first for a lot of things, it just makes it a little bit more special. You know what I mean?
Right.
If that makes
Yeah.
sense. But obviously, I could have first with a lot of other people too. So to me, I've realized it's not that serious. Like I could die tomorrow. It ain't that
You
serious.
could die tomorrow.
Yeah,
There's always going to be a new first.
exactly.
And then it's also important to note that there's always going to be a last, and you never know when it's
Yeah.
going to be that last. I saw this thing the other day on TikTok, and it was like one of those scrolling things.
Hmm.
And it was like, I don't know, it was, something along the lines of one day you know, took a nap for the very last time in kindergarten. One day
Damn. That's deep.
yeah. And if you think
Yeah.
about it, like you never know.
Low key, that's not the direction I thought you were going in, but yeah.
Where'd you think I was going?
You took a nap and then you died and you never woke up. But then you
No.
added in kindergarten. So I'm like, oh, okay, we're safe. We're good.
It's just like last things that you never think about. Like one time you walked out of high school.
Yeah.
Like you're the building for the very last time.
Yeah. Yeah,
One
that's very true.
day.
There's a lot of firsts and there will always be a lot of lasts. You just have
Yeah.
to prepare for when it does come and hope that you don't fucking crash out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my question to you, my final question on this.
Okay. Did I even answer your
topic.
question? I don't know. Yeah. I spattered
You
a little
did.
bit.
Yeah, you did. You
Okay.
weaved.
Yeah. Making shit up in my ass, but yeah.
But
I
my
don't think that's how they
question
say it.
with regards to no, it wasn't. It's not. My question in regard to your answer and your response though is
Okay.
I felt like I was getting a vibe that like you can't enjoy those memories anymore. Is that the case for you?
Hell no. No. I
Really?
think, yeah,
See
I
that?
think for
See now, that's
what do you mean?
unfortunate.
Maybe you word it differently than I thought. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like, okay, so we'll just use the example of Yearn B's first Christmas. Like, do you look back on that with fond memories, or is it a memory that you're like, I don't even want to, like, do you just not want to think of any memories with B?
Oh, no, not at all. No, like,
Okay.
no.
Like,
Yeah,
I just want to
no,
make
not
sure
at all.
you're grateful for those memories, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's why I think that's why I still, speak very highly of our relationship that we had because of how I personally think how beautiful the relationship was from my end, where like everything we've
Yeah.
done, I will always treasure it. Like, again, I'm a very sentimental person too. Even if I'm not with him, that's okay. I hope he's creating new memories with somebody else because I will too. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's not that like I can't miss those memories because they were good times. They were happy times. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, just because this happened, fuck him, like fuck those memories. No, not at all. I went through it. It happened.
Okay.
And, unfortunately, it is where it is. But it doesn't mean that those moments at that time were not beautiful moments.
Right.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Because I would like to think that I'm not a bitter person because, again, I think I've come to realize it's not that serious. It is what it is. People make their choices. You got to kind of deal with it, and move on.
Yeah.
Work through it,
That-
move on. And, if and I just hope the same thing for him, where like if he thinks about our first Christmas, he'd be like, damn, like, it was a really good Christmas. You know what I mean? Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe not, but I'd be hopeful because again, at that time, we were in love. At that time, we were feeling all these feelings, and two things can be true at the same time. Like we always say, yes, it's sad that we're not together. We don't have we're not together anymore, but
Mhm.
it's also true that at that time we loved each other. At that time we had a good time. At that time, it was a
That part.
genuine moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, of course, like just because something didn't happen or something didn't go my way doesn't mean that it still didn't happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my question stemmed from, like you watch all these cliche like romance movies where they, get the girl gets dumped and then it's like the girlfriends come over and they're like, we're going to tear up all the pictures and we're going to have a fire. And it's like, well, why? Like, I get that you broke up, but those are memories that you made. And at the time, in the moment, they were genuine and sincere emotions. Just because things didn't, I think you put it perfectly, just because things didn't work out the way that you wanted them to.
Yeah. It's funny you say that too, because like, I actually just finally deleted a lot of like the photos that I had of B in my phone. But like I sent like good photos of him that I had left to his sisters and said, like, and I said that I was going to do that. I'm not a bitter person. Again, I still have a lot of love for him. I don't want him to die, whatever. But like I deleted the stuff from my Facebook, from my Instagram, from my phone, but at the same time, it didn't all go to waste. I got some good photos out of it and I sent it to his siblings, and be like, hey, these are photos that I cherish, I valued over the years. And of course, they're not all the best ones because obviously, like, he's still a goofy person. He's still silly on his own, and they know that part of him too. But it doesn't mean that just because I'm mad at him or I feel bitter or a certain type of way means that those photos are going to go to waste. No, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
In those moments, I took of it because it made me happy. It made me smile. He was silly, and I'm, obviously I want to share it with his sisters because I'm gifting that to them. That's what I created and I'm gifting it to them and I'm going to leave it with them and I'm going to let go of
If
it
they,
kind of a thing.
yeah,
You know what I
if they
mean?
want to throw it away or if they don't want them, that's on them.
Exactly. And so then I think for me, that's healthy for me because, again, people might process it differently. People process grief differently. And I think for me, that was like my final, like, I'm done. Like, we're good. Like, I don't have, I think I've worked through the thing that I needed to. And that was kind of like my final step of as like, hey,
It's,
it is what it is. This is a
yeah.
situation, and sarah kind of a thing,
Okay, Sarah, Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
good for
yeah,
you.
thank you. I mean, I was planning on doing it for a long time, but I was sick and I couldn't get up. So I had to do something. But yeah.
I
What?
can't. I can't with you.
Did you have anything else to add to the missing the memories more than the person? Boy, bye. I wish.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your topic?
I don't remember. Friend breakups.
Okay.
Why are you laughing? No, it's not that I don't want to talk about it. I think I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. I feel like we've talked for, okay, so I want to preface with, I feel like we've talked about this before. So when it comes to like friend breakups,
Yeah, I think we've talked about it a couple of times already, but yeah.
yeah, so I mean, we can just kind of gloss over this.
Yeah.
Long story short, friend breakups happen. It can be at no one's fault, just life goes different ways
Yeah.
or things may happen. And I think that, like we said earlier, it's definitely one of those situations where you can grieve. I mean, there are friends that I no longer have in my life that I now would probably categorize them more of like acquaintances.
Mhm.
But again, I went through the whole grieving process. It is a two-way street, so I'm not by any means putting the blame on anyone in particular.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. And you grieve those situations, you cherish the memories, and you keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fully believe in that too. I think I've said this before, but like low key friendship breakups, low key hurts more than an actual relationship breakup because they know the thick of
100%.
it. Like they know you through and through. They know the
Yeah.
shit that you've done. They know all your secrets,
Yeah.
and yes, it sucks, but at the same time, like you said, friendships are a two-way street. And I mean, that goes to every relationship, but especially friendships. I think with friendships, obviously ego plays a part into both relational and like love and, like friendship wise, like platonic friendships. But I think when it comes to friendship relationships, I think ego plays a really big part of whether I want to say sorry to this person or whether I want to reach out or don't come for me. It could be like a toxic friend or whatever. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know what I was trying to say, but yeah.
No, I think I understood what you said. I hope our
Yeah.
listeners did too. I often find myself I'm thinking about like my past relationships and friendships,
Mhm.
and then it's like, what's that TikTok that was going around that was like, "Am I the problem? Is that what it
I
was?
don't
Am
know
I the
though.
problem, or am I the drama? Am I the
Am I the drama?
yeah?
I'm the what is your famous Tay Tay always say? Hey, it's me. The
I'm
problem
the
it's
problem.
me.
It's me."
Yeah.
I was like,
Sometimes
which line are we talking about now?
yeah, sometimes it do be. Sometimes you do be the toxic one.
Yeah, and that's the first step in self-awareness, listeners,
Yeah. Yep,
is
yep, yep,
being
yep.
able to acknowledge and ask yourself, like stepping back and like, because I will admit this, like from my younger days and even some of the
Mhm.
friends that I'm no longer friends with,
Yeah.
like at the time, it was always like, well, they did me wrong or that
Yeah.
they were in the wrong. But like growing up, now it's like, okay, well maybe I did something.
Maybe I did something wrong.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'm the problem.
Yeah.
But
It is what it is. Like,
it is what it
it's
is.
the thing of if they kept gnawing and they made it through the fucking threshold of thick and thin, then
Mm-hmm.
they're still here. If they didn't, then they just didn't make the cut. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
That's part of life.
yeah, you just have to accept things for what they are, allow yourself some grace, but also
Uh,
acknowledge where you fucked up or what you did wrong and,
yeah.
move on from it.
Yeah. And I think it's very important to note, especially when it comes to like friendships, just know that as you get older, your friendship circle is going to get smaller. And like, I remember when I was in my 20s and I was just starting to go out, like, I was friends with fucking everybody. I was like
Yeah.
texting everybody left and right. What are we doing? We're going out. Let's do this, blah, blah, blah. And then
Yeah.
as you get older, the circle gets smaller. And it's important to note that people that you were friends with then, I'm going to feel confident in saying this percentage, even though I don't know the actual statistic. 100% of the time, not all of those people are going to be in your life the entire way.
Yeah. Like I say, or as Kiki says, people come and go and seasons change.
Mhm.
So, yeah. I mean, people are there, for parts of your life, and if they're meant to stay, they will. And like you said, friendships are like, what is it? A house?
A tree.
Was it a house? A tree. Yeah. Some are
French.
branches, some are roots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some are
So,
leaves.
yeah.
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 That's a
It do be.
Medea. That's a Medea saying. I
Period.
got that from Miss Medea.
Yes. It do be what it do be.
It do be what it do be.
It is
But
what it is what it is.
period. Point blank period.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Well, our next segment is growing up means letting go.
I don't think anyone tells you that becoming an adult means constantly having to say goodbye.
Yeah, to people, to places, and honestly, even to versions of yourself. God damn.
That part hit home.
Yep.
Sometimes the person that you're grieving is the old you.
Period. All right. So my topics is going to be, I'm
Mhm.
going to just put them together. So the first one is becoming more independent. And then I'm going to ask this afterwards, after you go over your topic. But what I wanted to talk about was, what would your younger self think of you today? Jesus, what the hell was that?
I was
But
wondering- I was wondering if you were paying attention.
I always pay attention. I may be spacey, but I always pay attention. That I will tell you. That's like one of my my things.
Your
But anyways,
quirks.
yeah, my quirks. What I wanted to say was, I think for me, this hit hard. This hit home pretty hard because I think growing up super sheltered by my parents, even now I still see it with my siblings sometimes, is that like when you're very sheltered, it's very hard for you to be independent because you're so used to being reliant either on like your siblings or your parents or doing things together. Whereas when you're by yourself, like you kind of get confined by the thought of, oh, I can't do this alone. Like, I need somebody
Mhm.
to go with me. I need somebody to do this with me. I think for me, I struggled a lot with that when I first moved into Eau Claire. Because the thing is, I was an adult. I was on my own. I drove, but I didn't have anybody around me that I knew. And, B was at work and I was by myself. And at that time, I was in a new town, new city. I don't know anything. I don't know anywhere. I don't know anyone. I don't know shit about fuck pretty much at that point. And so then I think me being put in that situation really forced me to become a little bit more independent. I mean, I think overall I've always been independent, but I think being in that situation, it involved me to be an independent adult compared to a kid who could ask their sister to take him to the store or whatever. And I think having that really shaped me to who I am today, where like, I don't wait for nobody. It's either one, you're going to go, or I'm going to go. Peace out. I ain't got time. And I think anybody who
Fair.
knows me knows that, where like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to go to Chicago. If y'all want to go, tag along. If you don't, peace out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. If you guys want to go, tag along. But if you don't go, I'm gonna go, kind of a thing. You know what I mean? And I know that's not a real ghetto, but
We know
I
you
know I
hood, El
oh,
Dorado
yeah.
Boulevard.
Period. That's where it started. That's where it started,
The
baby.
hood. The
The
hood of
hood.
Eau Claire.
The hood of Eau Claire. It ain't even that scary. Fuck you. Fuck y'alls. But anyways, I'm just kidding. I'm like demure and like quiet now. So, but
Oh,
anyways,
Craig.
but yeah, I think becoming more independent, it just helps you in the long run. Like,
100%.
yeah, it just helps you in the long run. Like, it's something, it sounds stupid, but it's something I'm teaching Pali right now. Like, you know, obviously when we live together, and, you know, I think she's used to doing things with like my other sisters and stuff like that. But I'm just like, girl, if you want to do it, just do it. Like, if I can't go, if you want to go, just go. Like, don't wait for
Mhm.
me. You know what I mean? Like, don't let me hold you down doing something that you actually want to do. You know, like the Chris Brown concert. Like my first concert together technically, but the thing is that like, I'm gonna go. Like I've been doing things by myself. What is this gonna hurt? You know, kind of a thing. And
Right.
like I always say, you're always alone. It's either you miss out on the opportunity or you do it and, you know, put your best foot forward. And if it doesn't turn out the way it does, at least you can say, hey, I tried, you know?
You miss out on 100% of the chances you don't take.
Exactly. Period.
Mhm.
But
It's easier
yeah.
said than done because I need to take that advice. That's something that I like. I personally, I feel like I'm a very independent person, but there are certain things that like I don't do because I don't
Yeah.
want to do them on my own. So that's what I need to work on.
Yeah. I know. I think I'm past that threshold. It's just like,
Yeah, I
bitch,
think you are too.
the world is my oyster. Who wants to go? Let's go. If you don't want to go, I'm going to go either way. Bye-bye. That was my Medea coming out. But yeah,
Okay,
I don't
I
think I
see.
sounded like her. Yeah, but
It's okay.
I don't know. I think it's
Don't
exactly
quit
what
your
you
day
said.
job.
Yeah, fucking bitch. I think it's exactly what you said, where 100 of the things, or whatever you said, 100% of the
You
shots
miss
you
out
don't
on
take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you miss out on 100% of the chances you don't take.
Yeah, and I think to me, I've come to realize again, it comes to what if I die tomorrow? Like, take your shot. What's
For
it gonna
real.
hurt? Like,
The
the
only
worst that
thing
could
it's gonna
happen is
hurt is your
no.
goddamn bank account.
Yeah, or your guts. Do what you gotta do. I'm just kidding. But anyways, but you know, like what I'm just saying is that like, yes, it's scary, but isn't it fun? Like, you know what I mean? Like, isn't it
Yeah,
like, what if you take that risk and it turns out to be the best decision you've ever made?
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing is that, I mean, I don't want to promote like thrill seeking or whatever it's called, where you're like, I'm gonna pack up my bags and just leave. But sometimes you never
Why
know. That
not?
could be, you know, exactly. That could be like the best decision of your life. And,
That's literally
you
like
know,
Eat, Pray, Love with Julia Roberts. Like, just do it.
yeah, just do it. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. What about you? Do you have anything to add to that?
Last thing that I'm going to say about people becoming more independent, I think that is something that I really would encourage to people, and even myself.
Mm.
I feel like the pot calling the kettle black, because I'm not gonna lie, I need to take my advice as well and become more independent. I'm not that I'm not independent, but I need to
Yeah.
become more independent.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be a little controversial. My next statement, we're gonna get canceled.
We've said that like 1,000 times on this podcast. We're fine.
And that's true, and we're
For now.
gaining traction.
Yeah, for now.
I low key feel bad for people who are not independent, just because they're putting themselves in a position, and I'm not going to say who, but I do know people who have experienced this, but they're putting themselves in a bad position for, God forbid, when and if something were to happen, that they're forced to be on their own. They don't know how to be on their own.
Yeah.
Like, just for an example, let's say you're married and you rely so much on your spouse who takes care of the house or pays the bills, or does the lawn mowing and does the A, B, and C, and then God forbid one day they're not there, whether that be separation, divorce, medical ailment, or God forbid loss of life.
Yeah.
Now that person's left there and they're like, well, God, I've never had to pay the telephone bill before. How do I do that?
Yeah.
Or I have to get somebody to change the septic tank in the backyard or whatever. Like, I don't know how to do that. Like,
Yeah.
it's unfortunate that you're now at this stage in life and you don't even know how to do the basic survival things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I low-key feel bad for those people, and I just want to encourage everybody to increase their independence.
Yeah. It's just kind of like riding a bike. Like,
Yeah.
once you
Practice.
take off, once you
and
take
then
off, you just muscle memory,
Yeah.
And just speaking from a fellow codependent person, I'm going to say it again, I've said it before, but it's very empowering. Like, you see what you're truly capable of.
Yeah.
And I think it puts you in a mind state, oh my God, a state of mind and a mindset. I wish, of like,
That part.
what can't I do? What can I do?
Push the envelope.
Yeah.
See what you can do. That's how you're going to find out what is meant for you.
Yeah. We're not telling you to
Right?
go jump off a cliff and imagine a parachute. No. We're telling you to
Well, some people maybe.
true
I'm just kidding.
float,
I'm just kidding.
hug the air like we've said before.
Hug the-
But yeah. Oh shit. But like you never know. You never know what you're capable of until you actually try it.
Until you
So,
try it. Again, you miss out on 100% of the chances you don't take.
pew pew, motherfucker.
Pew pew from Twin Tangents, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay, is that too much? Do I need
No,
to
that
reel
was
it
good.
in?
No, that was good. All right. What did you want to talk about?
So my topic for this segment was reinventing yourself. We've talked about it before. There's that old sage wise saying that's like, you can reinvent yourself at 25. You can reinvent yourself at 35. You can reinvent
Period.
yourself at 45. Do what you want to do. What did I see the other day? I saw something. Yeah, I'm going to scratch that. I don't remember what it was. I mean, I remember what it was, but I don't.
Build up. I was like, well, what?
I remember what it was, but I don't remember exactly how it went. But it was basically saying, like, if you see a piece of clothing that you like, who cares what other people are going to think about you? If you like it, you wear it. You're not wearing it for other people. You're wearing it for yourself.
Yeah.
And I wish I could remember what I heard that on or watched that on, because I don't know why, but for some reason that really resonated with me, because I think there's certain clothing items that like I would love to be able to wear, but I don't.
Okay.
I've never felt the confidence to wear them because I was always worried about like, well, what are people going to think about me wearing this?
Yeah.
And clothes,
I get what you mean.
It's such a cliche, like
it's such a first world
superficial.
problem.
Yeah, such a superficial thing to do. But it really resonated with me, and I was like, it really made me think, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to.
Do
one of
it.
these days, I'm just gonna buy something and go that I like, that I know that would get, double takes. And I'm just, fuck them.
I have a reflection for you. Take it as what you told me the other day when I was there. When you said, "Oh, I like you got skinny. I like your shirt. Not that ugly pants though." Remember when you said that to me? I thought that pants was cute as hell. Polly don't let me out of that house because she said it was cute as hell. Stephanie said it was cute as hell. But you were like, you and that ugly ass pants. And I'm like, bitch, these are cute. What do you mean? But, wear it.
I thought they were ugly
baby.
and you loved them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing you have to realize is, regardless of if you wear it or not, there's always going to be somebody who's going to judge you. There's always going to be somebody who's going to be like,
part.
yes, girl, yes.
There's always going to be an asshole like Anthony that's like, girl, what's with them shorts?
Stay with us. More Unfiltered Chaos coming up right after this.
It's Pride Month, ho! The glitter is out, the flags are flying, and yes, so are the brands pretending to care.
Mm-hmm. But over here, we don't do rainbow capitalism. We do real love, real stories, and real respect.
So whether you're out, questioning, or just living your loudest truth, we see you.
This month ain't just about parades and pronouns. It's about visibility, safety, and joy. Happy Pride, y'all. Stay fierce.
Yeah. I was like, these cute things, but I agree with that too, and I think I need to take that advice for myself because I'm also very
We
like
all do.
self-conscious, and yeah, I think sometimes you just gotta fake it till you make it when it comes to confidence. Like, so
Yeah.
what? So what if I'm wearing a skimpy ass dress? You jealous? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
If you're
Maybe
referring to
that's
the lingerie that you wore,
so stupid. No,
again, we'll put it right here.
not that top. Not that top. No. But
Lingerie.
I'm just saying it's a top. I'm just saying that, like, it's again, you could get divorced at 25, buy a house at 45,
Yeah.
and get your tongue pierced at 85. I don't know, do what you gotta do. But
Yeah.
do it
Don't
because you want to, not for others.
do it because you want to. There's no rule saying that you're not allowed to reinvent yourself. And when in doubt, I think love her or hate her, I think she is a very good example of reinventing yourself, even if it may be superficial. And even if your bank account may not allow this, but Kim Kardashian is a really good example of reinventing herself.
Yeah, no, I'm proud of that bitch.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but
Well, obviously not right now. She a little cray, but I'm talking about like I
is
know
she
what you
crazy
mean.
now?
Not that she's crazy, but she a little some.
She a little
Yeah.
but like if you look at her over the years, aesthetically you can clearly see the difference. But
Yeah.
if you look behind that surface level, you can tell that she clearly reinvented herself and was living, I mean, granted it was probably for publicity and like
Yeah.
everything that went along with that. Taylor Swift, an even better version of somebody who reinvents herself.
Me, an even better person other than Taylor Swift, reinventing yourself.
You've
I'm just
completely
kidding.
I'm not kidding. You've completely reinvented yourself after everything that
Thank
you've
you.
been over or been through in the last 12 months.
Yeah.
Like the Nalee that is sitting before
She
me.
delusional now. She's straight
Well,
up
you
in the
always
loony
been
bin.
delusional. You've always been delusional, but in a good way.
I guess you're right.
But like the Nalee that's sitting in front of me now is.
Sorry, I'm like having a fucking
Are you
wiretap in here.
crying? No, I'm just kidding.
We don't cry anymore.
Don't take this the wrong way, but the Nalee that's sitting here is 10 times better than the Nalee from before.
Period.
You just
No.
exude so much more than what you did before. So much more
No, for sure.
confidence. Except for those damn shorts.
Hey, I was confident then, bitch. You just made me insecure.
Listeners, viewers, and Nalee, there was nothing wrong with your shorts. They were nice shorts. They were very vintage. They were like 90s, like baggy.
I think you just haven't
jean
seen me in that
shorts.
style. That's why. I have even baggier shorts than those. And you probably would say that those are even uglier. But I think it's just because you haven't seen me wear clothes like that before. So it's different for you. I
think
wasn't slutty. That's why.
No. That's what it was. You're right. It wasn't slutty.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I think that's part of it. And then I think the other part of it was like.
Honestly? Yeah, the slutty part. 1,000%.
I think that was part of it. And then I think, honestly, the other part of it was a little bit more superficial, where I'm like, girl, you looking good. You lost all this weight. Why you got to cock it up those baggy ass shorts? Why are you hiding? Why are you hiding what you've been working on?
That's true. It's just side note or side tangent. That day, remember I told you after I met up with you, I went and had dinner with B's sister, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, you look different. I don't know what it is, but you look different.
She looks happy. She's healthy. She's
like,
happy. She's skinny.
No, listen. She's like, no. She's like, did you dye your hair? I'm like, yeah, I did dye my hair. And then she's like, oh, that's probably why you look so different. I'm like, yeah, I look like a bitch now. And then she's like, no, but it looks different. I'm like, I mean, I did lose a lot of weight. And she had the audacity to say, you did? And I was like, girl, you know what?
Okay.
You're right though, because I did look really baggy. Like my outfit was not flattering, I will tell you that.
But you
But
can
yeah.
still tell that you've lost weight. I'm going to say in her defense, she probably hasn't seen you in a while.
But shouldn't
Is
that
that-
give
is
her
that
more
ac-
shouldn't that give her more reason to see that I've changed? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
I feel like
That's a good
the longer you
question.
go without seeing somebody and then you see them again and they lose a significant amount of weight, you'd be like, "Damn, she lost weight." But
See,
she's
and I
like
would feel like it's
she's
the
like, "You think so?"
opposite.
Really?
See, I would feel like it's the opposite because it's like I'm not going to remember if I haven't seen you in 12 months. I can vaguely remember what you look like then,
Okay.
and you might not be able to get like the proportions right. Whereas if I'm seeing you every week, I can see the progression and see the
I
change.
don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's
I
a
feel
good
the
question.
opposite. I feel like if I haven't
Yeah.
seen you for a long time and then I see you again, I'd be like, "Oh, damn." But then if I see you so much, I'd be like, "You look the same." Like I can't tell. You know what I mean?
See, like if
I
I were
just saw
to,
you 2 days ago. I can't tell.
I feel like if I were to see Courtney tomorrow, I would be
Mhm.
like, you look the exact same because I haven't seen her in over a year. I don't
I don't
know.
know. I know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I saw Courtney and I'm like, "Girl, I know you lost weight," and she did lose weight. So I mean,
Good for
I don't know.
her.
Maybe it's just me.
Do
Maybe I
it,
should
lady.
slowly turn.
Do it,
Yeah,
lady.
exactly. But yeah, back to your topic. It's never too late to reinvent
Yeah.
yourself. Buy that shirt, buy that bikini, get that banana hammock. I'm pretty sure that's what Anthony was talking about.
Partially, sort of, actually. Sort of. Sort
But
of.
I know, baby. I know you. Yeah. And so then, it's okay to reinvent yourself. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to do that to boost your confidence, to change the way you think, it sounds superficial, but to prove to others that, bitch, you ain't gonna die. That's it.
Yes.
And you're not scared
Yeah.
of change and you're growing. So
Mm.
it's okay to reinvent yourself.
All-
Did you have anything else to Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, all I can think of now is that scene. I think we've talked about this before, that scene on Sex and the City, the movie, when she gets
She cut her
left
hair?
and then she dyed her hair.
Oh, she dyed her hair.
After Big left her and they were supposed to get married. And then she did her hair brown and she
Yeah.
reinvented herself. And she was like,
Exactly.
didn't last very long. She still married that motherfucker.
But regardless, it's do what makes you feel good, honestly. If
Point
cutting
blank,
your hair makes you
period.
feel good, if putting on a ton of makeup makes you feel good, if putting on no makeup makes you feel good, sucking on that dick makes you feel good, do what you
I
gotta
was
do.
just going to say, sucking that dick in the bathroom stall at Quick Trip.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do.
Do what you gotta do, as long as it makes you feel good. But twin tangents. Anyways, my last thing I wanted to go over is, what would your
Yes.
younger self think of you today, Anthony?
We've talked about this before. You've
Yeah.
asked this exact same question before.
Yeah, but we're two different people now,
We're two different people now. I think that my younger self would be impressed with the resilience and the things that I've gone through,
You deserve a clap.
and
Period.
still low-key be disappointed that we're not as rich and famous as we wanted to be. But
Valid. Valid.
But I think that my younger self would definitely see the struggles that I've gone through and the growth that I've had over the past, 10 years. Now, same question
that.
to you. What would your younger self think of you today?
She gonna be like, damn, you cool as fuck. Like, yeah, you awesome. That's all I could say. Like, I don't think I give enough credit to myself on how resilient I've been. I don't.
You don't.
I try to stay humble, for the most part. But
I agree. And
like, realistically, I think I talk a lot of shit. I do sound like the conceited person, but
no.
yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Oh, okay.
you
Well,
don't.
anyways, I mean, I know I'm cute. I know I got ass. I know I got tits. I'm gonna flaunt that shit. But when it comes to like the actual like superficial stuff, like when it comes to like the deep stuff, I think I try to be a little bit more humble, but I don't give myself enough credit to honestly. See, I'm gonna sound cocky now. How much I change people's lives and how resilient I am from where I've been to now.
I don't think that that's cocky at all. And for what it's worth, I don't think you've ever come off like cocky. If anything, you just come off as confident.
Oh, really? That's shocking. Okay.
I think that you're very confident.
Thank you. I hope
welcome.
I hope I give off confident.
You do.
But yeah, I mean that's what she
I
would say
love
to
that.
herself. And I also have the little thing that you said to yourself too. I'm a little disappointed you ain't a
Oh.
porn star and making money right now and getting fucked. That's it.
Well, you are getting fucked. You're just not a porn star.
Hey, you better bleep that shit out. I'm not getting fucked. I'm getting fucked financially. You're right. You're right. I'm getting fucked financially.
We all getting fucked
Period.
by Uncle Sam, and it ain't that good.
Exactly. Period, you bitch. But anyways,
Oh, what are we supposed to tell our listeners that you're the Virgin fucking Mary over there?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm the reinvented
Forgive me, Father, for
Virgin
I have
Mary.
sinned. Let me get on my knees.
Glug, 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 glug. Exactly. Okay. All
Okay.
right. Do you have anything else to add?
I don't. Buy the things, take the trip, make the memories.
You could die tomorrow. Just remember that.
Would you
I'm
rather
gonna put that on a
die?
shirt. I'm gonna put
Would
that
you-
on a shirt. You could die tomorrow.
You should. Would you rather
Yeah.
die sitting in the chair, eating chocolates, watching soap operas?
Or getting part of your leg bitten off by a shark. Which one's better?
Oh my God, did you just hear about that 15-year-old girl? There was a 15-year-old girl. I don't remember where she was, but there was a shark attack and she lost her left hand and left
Oh
foot.
no. Did she survive?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Can you imagine being 15 and now
That's
you
crazy.
are a double amputee? Like,
Okay, but on the flip side, that's kind of cool because you could have a bionic arm and a bionic leg.
bitch.
So you half robot. Come on. That's
Yeah,
cool.
you got to get that approved by insurance first, remember?
Yeah, and then her arms can automatically do this. So she ain't got to work a day in her life. Okay, so we were on segment 4. Heartbreak makes people weird. All right. We've been emotional long enough
Let's talk about the absolutely unhinged things people do after getting their heart broken.
because grief may be universal.
Ooh, but so is making terrible decisions afterwards.
All right.
I don't like this segment.
Yeah. What was your
Okay.
topic?
Oh, I was just about to ask you that. So my topic was going to be sad playlists that somehow make you feel worse or healed.
Mm,
Do you
okay.
have a go-to playlist?
Don't, but I do now. I didn't, but I do now.
Okay.
Y'all already know it consists of Adele, my girl Leona Lewis,
Ooh, that's a good one.
and then a bunch of fucking raving songs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For being sad?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Because I'm in my
Tracks. Your rave girl era?
yeah, I'm in my rave girl era. And yeah, it consists of that and Camila Cabello. I have some really good songs of hers.
Okay.
What else? That's pretty much it. Yeah.
So
and then
do you
some
listen? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say some like Hmong songs, but yeah.
Do you listen to them to cry or to lash out, or what mood do you achieve with listening to said playlist?
Honestly, it's more to just sing my heart out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah, I think before was sad, but like for me, I'm sad. I'm more of not a playlist person. I'm more of watching something sad. So like,
Okay.
Grey's Anatomy, that
Mhm.
sad part with Danny Duquette. I watched that obviously to cry, but I watch more sad stuff, playlists as far as like music and stuff. Yeah, I just listen to sing. I don't know what I was going with that, but what about you?
Well, that was it. I'm a music person. I really enjoy listening to music and the lyrics.
Okay.
And there are we've talked about this, there's certain songs that'll make me cry.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Sometimes in these situations, it's just, I'll just put on a playlist just to sit and be in my feels.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah,
Nothing
that's
special.
true. Oh, Benson Boone is also one that I crash out to.
The time of my life.
Yes. I think I told you that already. Yeah, I was crashing
Yeah.
out hella hard the other day.
Did you watch the music video yet?
I did. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty sad. Yeah.
It's good. It's a good music video.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't say that I suppress my feelings because I think I do feel my feels, but I'm also kind of like I feel like I don't sit in sadness for a long time. I don't know if that's a good thing. Maybe I carpet
Carpet munch?
compartmentalize? Is that how it says?
Compartmentalize, yeah.
Yeah. Carpet munch fucking bitch. Literally, I was like, wait. Turning. I compartmentalize a lot of my feelings, or maybe not. I don't know. But I feel like I don't stay sad for a long time. I think that's what I've
Yeah.
realized. And I think people probably are shocked by that, but I think I self-regulate myself a lot. Like I self-soothe myself a lot. Like I'm like, girl, you'll be fine. It's like 2 days, you'll be good. And I think a lot of people don't know that about me, is that I do self-regulate a lot. I don't think I depend on other people to make me happy or whatever. I just do one cry out session, maybe a couple of crash outs like once every 3 months, and then I'm good.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I think I'm the opposite. I think I sit with mine for a little bit
mm,
and it goes in waves.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's very Cancer of you.
Yeah.
And it's very
it is very
Pisces of me
Cancer.
too. Because Pisces,
Yeah.
I think it's very true where they say with Pisces, they could either be really in love with you, but then the moment something switches, they're like, bye, detach.
They're done. Yeah.
Yeah. So
There's
I believe
something
it.
to there's something to be said about some of those like horoscope things because like I said, 9 times out of 10 if I read a Cancer one, it's accurate.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that was my topic. Very short and sweet. Just I do have my list of playlists that I'll just put on if I
For
want to
your
sit in my
artists.
feels.
I know we talked about Carrie Underwood.
I don't listen to her anymore.
Okay, never mind. I take
But
that
no,
back.
she did have she had 2 or 3 songs. It depends on like what kind of mood I'm going for, but like obviously there's some Tim McGraw songs, 90s Tim McGraw,
Okay.
some Miley,
Oh, Miley's really good too.
Taylor, Britney.
Oh, Britney's good too.
I don't use them often, but like the Backstreet Boys or NSYNC.
Yeah, Backstreet Boys.
They have some.
They do. Yeah, I go hard with Inconsolable,
Hold on.
Siberia.
Savage Garden.
Yes,
Yeah.
I didn't know you knew Savage Garden. Okay.
Oh, I love
alright.
Savage Garden was
Yeah.
the shiz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Savage Garden.
Kelly Clarkson.
Forgot about Kelly Clarkson. Yeah, like half of my
Mhm.
playlist is Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
She has some real good songs.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Really depends on what mood I'm trying to go for because like I said, like I like music and I like lyrics.
Okay.
So any type of songs can really get me into a certain type of feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a follow-up question. What kind of mood do you usually feel yourself getting into when you're sad? Like, is it about like missing somebody? Is it about like you just had a tough day, you fuck life, or like what kind of sadness or what kind of mood are you usually in when you're listening to those type of music?
What kind of music am I or what kind of mood am I in when I'm listening to sad music?
Mm-hmm.
Normally a sad mood.
Okay, maybe I'm not asking you correctly.
I'm not.
Like, for example, like, do you find yourself often listening to music about like heartbreak or about loss of a loved one, or like they're sad, but there's different kinds of sadness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like kind of like grieving, but different kind of grieving. Like what kind of type or not really genre, but like what kind of sadness music type are you listening to majority of the time, if that makes sense?
Yeah, that does make sense. I don't know how to answer that though. Let me get back to you on that one.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Interesting. Okay.
I feel like I try to listen to music. Again, not necessarily a genre, but anything that's like starting over,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I was gonna say like kind of the same thing where like it sucks this ended and now it's time to start over kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This too
That
shall
answered my question.
pass. Yeah.
Yeah, this too
Okay.
shall pass. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay.
What'd you have for this?
For my topic, I had returning gifts from an ex. Where do you sit with that?
Do you mean returning them like to the store or returning them to the ex?
to the ex? Like, let's say if they bought you an iPad, are you like, ugh, fuck this iPad, I'm gonna give it back to him? Or are you just like, fuck it, I'm keeping it?
Fuck no, it's goddamn iPad. What, you think I got an extra $600 I can just shit out my ass and buy my own damn iPad? Hell no, you gave me that iPad, I'm gonna keep that iPad.
Okay.
No, but
Interesting.
honestly though, returning gifts from an ex, if they were a gift for a reason.
Okay.
I don't feel the need that I should have to give them back. Call me selfish, but
Okay. I think I used to be the opposite, where I'm like, ugh, I'm just gonna give it all to them. But I am also like you. I'm Poe. I'm gonna keep that
I'm
shit.
Poe. I'm Poe.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that shit.
It's rough up in these streets.
Exactly. You gave it to me and it's gonna belong to me, whether you my ex or not. You stay in the past, but this iPad ain't.
Period.
This iPad gonna stay in the present.
I never got that whole like, I want this back, or you still have my. But it's not your like. If it was a gift, it was a gift. I don't.
It's the same thing with, I think that issue comes a lot when it comes to like engagement rings and stuff, but you already gave it to me. It's no longer yours. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, that changes things because I have a different opinion about that.
Okay, never mind. What's your opinion on it?
If it's an engagement ring, that goes back to him.
Oh,
or
really?
Whoever. Yeah. The engagement ring was given to you under the guise of this is a promise that we are going to spend our lives together. And if
But what
that's
if he
not
was the one who
happening-
broke it? What if he was the one who broke it? You'd still give it back to him?
So he gave you the ring,
Yeah.
and then
But he
he
fucked
broke
up.
up with you.
Yeah. Or he ended
Yeah.
it. Interesting. What about if you're married?
Why wouldn't you
Why wouldn't you what?
give it back to him? Why would you want that? What are you going
Bitches-
to do with it?
Bitch, it's my ring. I'm gonna pawn it off for money. Duh. Excuse me? What can I do with that? What do you mean what I could do with that? I could do plenty with that. What's mine is mine. Can't help it. GG. Good luck.
Yeah. When it comes to divorce, I don't know. Maybe it would depend upon the circumstances surrounding the divorce.
Okay. Well, my 2 cents is if he had the audacity to give you a ring and then had the audacity to be a dumbass or she or he, I have the audacity to keep it. Period. Okay. Well, that's all I had.
Same thing for gifts too. You would keep gifts.
Yeah. Why
Okay.
not? They're
Just
a
making
gift.
sure
You
we're on the
gave
same
it to
page
me.
there.
You done gifted it to me. You gonna re-gift my gift back to you? Like, make it make sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Because my thing
agree
is,
with that
if
with
you are that
gifts.
immature to be like, oh, I bought you a $500, I don't know, iPad when we were together because you loved me and now we're not together, you're going to be petty and ask for that back. Like, you know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, whatever is done is done. I've given it to you. Just keep it. And that's vice versa too. Like, if I gave you a gift, I'm not going to expect it back. Like, I already bought it, gave it to you.
Same.
It is what it is. You know, like, I gave it to you at that time because it's a gift. Like, I'm not going to be like,
But
oh, give me this back.
I will say, if I gave you a gift and you were like, "Well, I don't want this. I'm gonna throw it away," and it's something good. All right,
Yeah.
fucking give it back to me then.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I would
I
say
gave
that,
you a
yeah, for sure.
$500 iPad. You don't want it. You're just gonna throw it out. Otherwise, I'll take it. I'll take it.
That makes sense. You'd be dumb not to take it back. Just saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a quick one.
That was quick.
As y'all could tell, we're rushing through the segment. But
Anthony hungry.
Yeah.
Anthony got to make dinner.
Yeah, he got made dinner. Okay. Segment 5. Can you really get over it?
Here's the question everyone asks.
Do you actually ever get over it, or do you just learn to carry it differently?
6'7". 6'7".
Ew.
Is that? Am I doing that right? Is that what they do?
I don't even know. It's just
I
stupid.
don't know
It's
either.
just ew.
Maybe healing isn't forgetting.
Maybe it's remembering without it hurting quite as much.
What did you have for this segment?
Okay. Well, mine's I have 2 topics, but I think they kind of correlate with each other. Well, I'm going to try to make it correlate with each other.
Oh, God.
First one,
She gonna try and fit the circle through the square?
I'm going to make it fit even if it don't fit. It's all right.
She's said that to a couple guys, too.
I'm just kidding. Forgiving people who never apologized and advice for someone going through heartbreak or grief right now. I think for me, I think we've talked about this before. Forgiving people isn't for the other person, it's for you.
Correct.
So that you can move on and so that you could find peace within yourself.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. Point blank, period. As far as advice for someone going through heartbreak or grief right now, it's funny because I just kind of talked with this with Courtney, but I think when it comes to grief and heartbreak, I think a lot of people look for closure in order for them to move on.
Yeah.
Or they look for some kind of sign that, okay, this cycle is complete. But I think
Yes.
The silence is closure. You leaving is closure. The person leaving you is closure. You don't need closure to know that something's not good for you or something has ended. When it is regarding like death and stuff, obviously you have no control over that. But I think in those moments, appreciate the good things that's happened. Even if it's sad, even if it's, like I've said in the earlier segment, even if it's not what you wanted, also appreciate the moments that were good or that was good that came out of
Yeah.
that situation.
Yes.
Because I think that
1000%.
the more that you ruminate on like the sad part or the negative parts of it, you end up putting yourself deeper into that hole. Whereas you're like, on the flip side, you're like, yeah, I was hurt or I am sad. This person's gone from my life, but look what I've created out of that. Look at the memories we've created out of that. Look at, the happiness we've gotten out of it. And, you have to also be able to acknowledge what's going on right now, but at the same time, think about what's going to happen after. Because I think a lot of people get stuck in the now. Like, okay, this is what's happening. This is what's present. But when it comes to grieving or heartbreak, you have to realize that, like, nobody ever fucking died because of a heartbreak. Like, nobody ever died because somebody left you or whatever, and
That's
when it comes to
partially
like,
true.
true. I know. I was going to say shit. Just kidding. It can happen, actually. You can die of a broken heart. But
Yes.
anyways, but, like when it comes to grieving, like a person who passed away, again, you just have to hold those good moments and think about how they are going to help you grow as a person once you get through that.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I feel like people get stuck in the dark cloud of like the present, like they can't really move forward. But think about how beautiful it's going to be once you make it past that. Like this too shall pass, like we talked about. Like, moving on to, you have to put your mindset in a way of like, okay, you know what? Yes, this happened. Yes, this is sad. But what now? What do I do now to move on? What can I
Mm-hmm.
do to move forward? Because again, two things can be true at once. You could be grieving a loss, but at the same time, you still have to look forward to whatever's in the future. And you still have a life to live. So,
Very beautifully said.
thank you.
I do agree with that. I'm just going to share my 2 pieces of input on your topics here. So forgiving people who never apologized.
Mhm.
Again, like you hit it perfectly. Forgiving isn't for the other person, it's for yourself.
Mhm.
So you don't need them to apologize. Forgive them, forget them, and move on.
Period.
Who is it? Lauren Conrad said it best. I want to forgive you and I want to forget you. Simple as
Period.
that. Just do it.
Just do it.
My advice for someone going through heartbreak or grief right now is to be exactly what you just said, everything that you said. But I'm a big, firm believer that when it comes to grief or heartbreak, like, it doesn't ever really go away. We just,
Mhm.
we mentioned in the segue here, we just learn to live with it. It hurts
Yeah.
less. We kind of become numb to it. And with regards to going on in life with that grief, for me personally, like, I get these moments and I go through these bouts where I'm like feeling really in the dumps and really sorry for myself. My grandma's been gone for 10 years and it still affects me today.
Yeah.
Again, grief comes and goes. It comes in waves. I just try to remind myself, and this is what the advice that I would give is you have to try and live your life not only for you now, but for you and that loved one. So
Oh,
like
I love that.
for me, it's like, what would my grandma want from me? Would
Yeah.
she want me to just sit at home and become an old, cranky, crotchety old man? Probably. But no, I'm just kidding. But you got to do things for them and
Yeah.
the people that you lose and the people that you love. It's not always about you,
Yeah.
Linda.
That's true. Linda,
But
listen,
yeah.
Linda.
Listen, Linda. So that would be my advice. Just live for your loved one in terms of grief, lived for the loved ones, live the life that they would have wanted you to live.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Look at us. We're just
Look at us.
therapizing people left and right.
Yeah. Like we said, it always either becomes a therapy session or chaos. And we got both.
And we got
So,
both today.
Period. All right. What was your topic?
I don't remember why I chose this one, but mine was lessons you've learned from loss.
Okay.
And obviously that was going to relate to my grandma because I haven't experienced much loss. Lessons I've learned from loss. Just do it. We're not getting any younger.
Yeah.
We never know when our time is up. And this isn't a loss, but like this is a lesson that I think I learned from you. Well, I know that I learned from you, but like that dash on your headstone, like make it worth it.
Yeah. I love that.
Like I still think about that. I mean, it's not like we talked about it that long ago, but when you said it, honestly, that was probably the first time that I'd ever heard
Love
it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do think about it.
Okay. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
Well,
Do you have any lessons?
Yeah, I have two things. First one is let it make you, don't let it break you.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I made that
I
up.
love that.
And wasn't that beautiful? Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Period. Now I forgot the last one because I was building myself for that one.
Oh, damn.
I know. Okay, let's see. Lessons you've learned from loss. Let it make you, not let it break you. And what was it? It was sometimes it's okay to sit in sadness, but don't sit in it too long. Yeah. Like, yes, breathe in it and then exhale and move on. Don't get stuck in it. So technically, yeah, let it make you, don't let it break you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
I agree with that. I love that.
Thank you.
You should put that on a t-shirt.
That's going on a t-shirt today.
Done.
All right. Did you have anything else to add to this? You're like, no, I'm hungry, bitch.
Well, that too. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I want to go home. No, the only thing that I have to add to that and to wrap this up in this episode is be thankful for the memories, be grateful for the experiences. Don't sit in the sadness too long. And there's always going to be light at the other end of the tunnel.
I love that. The only thing I wanted to add, obviously, before we go into our lightning round here, it's a depressing lightning round, but it is what it is that anybody who's going through grief right now, just know that it's not forever, it's temporary. And, if you need somebody to talk to, DM us, message us, get help, get better help, not sponsored again, by the way. But overall, it's going to be okay. I know it's easier said than done, but it's going to be okay.
That
and part. It's going to be rough for a couple of weeks, couple of months, but don't get stuck in that. Like, pick yourself back up, use a strong, independent bitch, use a strong, independent hoe. You in this home unity with us, and we got this. So we are ready for you whenever you are ready for us. So.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, period.
Listen to you. Oh, she got her smart girl pants on today.
Well, for the ending, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, you ready for our lightning round? Let's get this party started.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, lightning round. No overthinking, just answer.
Are we both answering?
No.
Okay.
We're answering each other's questions. What's one song that instantly reminds you of someone?
Oh, really? Dancing in the Sky.
And who does it remind you of?
My grandma.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
Have you ever looked up an ex just to see how they're doing?
I'd like to say no, but yes, I have. And no, it's not B. Just saying.
Okay, good.
Do you believe in closure?
No.
Enough said.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to say no. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it okay to stay friends with an ex?
Ooh, okay. I got two answers real quick. For me, yes, if it's mutual. But for the guy that I'm dating, no.
Wow. Double standards, everybody. Double standards.
I'm a jealous bitch. You want to end up in your casket or you want to end up next to me in bed? You decide.
I'm going to say it. Okay. Yours? Your lightning?
My lightning. Have you ever cried over a TV show more than real life?
1,000%.
1,000% for
1,000%. What's harder, losing a relationship or a friendship?
Friendship, for sure.
For real.
Do you delete pictures after a breakup?
No.
Oh, that's good to know.
One piece of advice you'd give your younger self?
It's not that serious.
Nobody cares. You're right.
Yeah,
100%.
Not that serious. What's one memory you'll always keep?
One memory? God, I got to narrow this down to one memory. Fuck, really?
This is lightning round. I mean, can you take any fucking longer?
Okay, think about the vagueness of this. One memory.
What memory of the 39 years that you've had?
Yeah, no shit. What's one memory you'll always keep? Okay.
What's the first thing that pops up in your head? It doesn't have to be the top, but just when I said that to you, what's the one thing that popped up in your head? That's usually the one.
Well, the one thing that popped in my head was, what category am I going for here? A happiness moment, a relationship moment?
Jesus, analytical minds.
Okay. My grandma running to get me a birthday cake while I was at work and then singing happy birthday to me.
Oh, in the video?
Yeah, when she wasn't supposed to be driving. That was another time she wasn't supposed to be
Girl,
driving.
bye.
Yeah.
That's so sweet, though.
Yeah.
The love that she have, I love that.
Yeah.
That's what you call love. Consideration, baby.
She didn't care about anything. Okay, last question. Have you ever had to start over completely?
Child, bring me back to the semi-term pretty of 2025, baby.
Amen. Yes.
All right. Well, if there's one thing we hoped you take away from this episode,
it's that grief isn't something you fail at. There's no timeline, there's no finish line, and definitely no right way to go through it. See how I use the air bunnies there?
Yeah, stupid. I'm like Joey from Friends. I'm sorry. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Anyways, whether you're missing someone who's gone, someone who's still here, or even just a chapter of your life that's ended,
you're probably not alone as you think.
And if today's episode brought up some memories, child, we hope it reminds you that the people and moments that made those memories were worth having.
Amen. Preach it. Life keeps changing. People come and go. We all outgrow places, relationships, and even versions of ourselves.
But every ending usually teaches us something we couldn't have learned any other way.
As always, thank you for hanging out with us and trusting us with the heavier conversations too.
If you're comfortable sharing, tell us what's something you've had to get over that made you stronger. And just putting our plug in right now, like and subscribe, sharing, comment. Y'all still not doing your jobs. Y'all listening, but y'all ain't doing your jobs.
You ain't doing your jobs. You got one thing you got to do to be part of this community.
Or y'all gonna be grieving us pretty soon.
Yeah, don't do that. Please don't.
Just kidding.
Please don't
Just
grieve
kidding.
us.
Just kidding.
But for real, though, we would love to read some of your stories in a future episode.
Yes, we would. All right. 3, 2, 1. We'll
see you next week
on Twin
Tangents.
Bye.
Bye.
Still here? We love that for you.
If you're not ready to go back to real life, head to twintangentspodcast.com or hit us up on socials at Twin Tangents Podcast.
There's always more tea, more tangents, and more chaos where that came from.
Also, thanks for listening, and remember, say what you need to say, even if it's under your breath.
Yes, ma'am.
I like that one.
I like that.
Yeah.